You can't deny the fact that there was someone in your life whom you cared about deeply, someone you loved intensely, someone you were incredibly kind and gentle with. But despite everything you did, you noticed that this person simply didn't love you back, didn't reciprocate your feelings, and maybe even replaced you. In the end, they chose someone else, someone who treats them poorly, even harms them. Being kind and nice is a good thing. But the problem starts when you're being kind to someone with the intention of building a relationship, of making them feel deeply attached to you. The problem also starts when you're too sweet, too gentle, and too soft with someone who treats you badly. The moment you notice that this person, the one you're so kind to, starts changing or treating you inappropriately, or you feel that they no longer care about you, you need to understand that you must stop your kindness. Does that mean you should become harsh or start treating them badly? Of course not. But what I'm trying to say is, you need to stop being kind, period. Meaning, instead of continuing to treat them nicely, just stop dealing with them altogether. Let's say you reached out to that person, and they didn't reply. That doesn't mean you should send them angry or hurtful messages. It just means you don't message them again. Let them realize that their behavior isn't okay. Let them see that if they start changing how they treat you, they'll lose a chance to interact with you at all. This is what I mean when I say you need to stop being too nice. Because the other person, as soon as they see that you're still kind despite their bad behavior, will continue that bad behavior. They won't fix it, won't change it, simply because there's nothing forcing them to. What will force them to change is when they realize that if they don't treat you better or care about you the way you care about them, they'll get nothing from you in return. Let me hit you with a bit of truth. Your real problem, the one you probably haven't even noticed, isn't that you care about that person. The real problem is that you're confusing care with a plan. Running helps you lose weight, yes, but if you run too far, too fast, every single day, it won't help you at all. It'll just break your body down. It's the same thing here. The issue isn't that you care. Go ahead, care. That's not the problem. The problem starts when you care constantly, excessively, all the time. That's when the relationship starts to fall apart. The real trap, the big mistake, is that when you're kind, caring, and sweet, you start ignoring the other person's intentions. You need to understand. The question you should ask yourself in any relationship isn't, does this person love me? The question is, what are their intentions toward me? What do they plan to do with that love? Someone loving you, being attached to you, that means nothing if they don't intend to stay, or don't intend to treat you well. Imagine someone who loves you, is attached to you, says it all the time, but keeps disappearing and coming back. Does that love benefit you in any way? Of course not, because their intentions don't serve you. So always watch the other person's intentions. Never ignore them. When we fall in love, we start making excuses for the other person to avoid facing a painful truth that maybe they're not right for you or that this relationship needs to end. What you're missing, my friend, is that they notice that they can disappear, ignore you, show you their real intentions, and you'll still respond with kindness, care, and love. That's what allows them to exploit you, to manipulate you, to control you completely. You might wonder, why is he doing this when I love him so much? The answer is simple, because you allow it. The moment you sense someone's intentions toward you, you need to start responding to those intentions so they realize you understand them and can't be played. If they ignore you, you ignore them. If they're not serious or don't intend to stay and continue the relationship, then you simply shouldn't stay either. From now on, you need to understand that people will respect your kindness only when you force them to, not when you leave it up to them to decide whether or not to respect it. They'll be forced to respect your kindness and gentleness when they see that, as much as you have a soft side, you also have a strong, tough side. One of the most important things to understand in relationships is that you should never confuse appreciation with love. Appreciation is when someone watches your video and says, "Thank you so much," or "Thanks for watching my videos, subscribing to the channel, liking and commenting, and being in my life." That's appreciation. Love, however, is when someone watches your videos and then also goes to your social media profiles, watches your content, your photos, comments on them, likes them, and adds you. Imagine I did all of that. It would feel like I'm thinking about you, and you'd sense that something deeper is happening. That's love. So don't confuse someone appreciating you with someone loving you. If you start seeing appreciation as love, then unfortunately you'll always be the one giving while they're the one benefiting. For example, appreciation is when you give someone a gift and they say, "Thank you." Love is when they thank you and then, later on, bring you a gift too. If you find that you're always the one giving and they're just appreciating it without doing anything in return, then they appreciate you, but they don't love you. The problem with being too kind is that the other person might reach a point where they neither appreciate nor love you, simply because you've always been kind, sweet, and good to them. What's the solution in that case? How do you protect yourself? The answer is simple. Avoid letting your kindness be used against you. Avoid getting manipulated and drained in a harmful relationship by doing just 3 simple things. First, stop offering help to that person unless they actually ask for it. If you keep helping someone without being asked, they'll feel like you're trying to buy their love or bribe them to stay. So you constantly offer your help, thinking it brings you closer to them. Second, change the way you interact with them. If you notice that being kind and caring makes them act differently, less caring or more distant, then you need to change how you respond. Every time you do something nice and they ignore it or respond negatively, your behavior needs to change accordingly. Third, make them respect and value you. If you give them the choice, they'll always choose themselves. And you need to start choosing yourself too. If they raise their voice at you, you need to walk away. If they say something inappropriate, you need to pull back. You have to understand that someone will only admire you when you give them no choice but to admire you. But if you're just kind and cute while they treat you with harshness and neglect, then unfortunately you'll either keep getting mistreated or be taken advantage of. Remember, stopping your kindness doesn't mean becoming harsh or rude. It simply means stopping behavior that allows them to take you for granted. And when you do that, you'll start to notice they begin to realize that they need to change their ways if they want to keep you in their life.